All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to stream for probably 30 minutes to an hour, give or take, and we're going to talk about a variety of topics. But this first topic we are going to get into is there is a Tesla Model Y that did not get a price increase, and it's not the Model Y Performance at 56,990. It's actually another one. And so this really brings the question, like, is this the best deal for the Tesla Model Y right now? So we'll take a look at it amongst a plethora of other topics tonight. So welcome back to the stream. But before we get into that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon, down below in the description, but more on that later. All right, so let's take a look at this, right? If you don't know, well, you should know by now if you're definitely in the market of a Tesla. Here are all the price decreases that happened, on January 12th. And you can see the Model Y, we're going to specifically talk about the Model Y. It went down $13,000 from its previous price, and the Model Y Performance went down also $13,000. And so if you take a look at which vehicles qualify for this tax credit, this 55, this IRS tax credit, it's only the Model Y long range at $53,490 because that was increased $500 to $53,490. But there's actually another Model Y that also qualifies for the tax credit, and it's this one right here, the Model Y all-wheel drive standard range. With that most recent price increase of $500 to the Model Y long range, they didn't do that to the Model Y standard range. The all-wheel drive version stayed the same price at $50,990. You can see there's a couple here right now because all these have the induction rims, which it's a $2,000 option. So this does, bring the question. This makes a difference between the Model Y long range and the Model Y all-wheel drive at $2,500. So, that's the question. Is it a better deal at $50,990? Like, are you going to get $2,500 in value for paying that on a long range for that extra amount of range? With a Model Y long range, it does have 318 miles of range, and the standard range has 269 miles of range. But there's different, someone did correct me that, there's different battery chemistry between those two, but maybe you can't charge up the Model Y all-wheel drive standard range all the way up to 100%, but we do know that the Model Y long range, you can only charge up to 90% for safely on daily use for that. And so, that brings a question, like with a Model Y standard range all-wheel drive starting at $50,990, you could essentially build it to however you would like and still be okay, right? So if we're at 50, because the whole key thing here is you have to be under 55,000 as an MSRP with like options, stuff like that, and all that stuff. So you can take a look at right here. Even if you had a base price of $50,990 on a Model Y standard range, if you added $1,000, you can even go $1,500, right? So plus $1,500 plus the induction wheels. You can go black and induction wheels and still be under $55,000. By my calculation, the black plus the induction wheels, that brings it to a price of $54,490. You're still under that $55,000 price cap. If you took out the wheels and you went with white interior, like that's probably the build I would go with, you're still underneath that because that's $1,000 plus $1,500. So $50,990 plus $2,500. Yep, still under that price cap right there. So that brings the question, like this might seem to be, if Tesla keeps raising the price of the Model Y long range, which I 100% they are going to do, they might keep this all-wheel drive standard range one at $50,990, and that might be the slickest deal that you can get because there's price caps on the Model Y all-wheel drive and long range. And the long range, if they raise this up to $80,000 as an MSRP, they could easily bring that Model Y long range MSRP up after that. So let me know what you guys' thoughts on it. I definitely found it pretty interesting that the Model Y all-wheel drive didn't get a price increase or anything like that. Taking a look at the inventory, so this is waiting for Tesla.com. third-party aggregator site that tracks all the inventories for Tesla that becomes available on the site. And you can see every day there's a good amount of Teslas that just become available for whatever reason into the pipeline, not filling up with an order, just staying there. And taking a look at this inventory page site from mattjung.net, shout out to him. Model Y is kind of staying consistent. It did have a little bit spike the other day in inventory, but it's pretty much staying in that 250 to 260 range. There's certainly a cap of inventory at 400, but we're still kind of staying in that time frame, that's for sure. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your guys' thoughts on this. Tesla did increase the price for the Model Y long range. I thought it was super weird. I think they're just trying to force people to not get whatever crazy paint colors or even the white interior, because at one point I did think that they would drop the price of the Model Y long range to 54,990 so that you couldn't change it in any sort of form or anything, and you could only get a white with black interior, which is probably their cheapest and easiest build possible to make. So there's probably going to be a lot of white Teslas, and that's probably what Giga Austin is 100% at capacity of being able to produce. Any other variations, paint colors, or anything like that, they're probably not 100% able to do it yet, or maybe not even able to do it smoothly. So that's why Tesla is doing this. I can easily expect, like I'm calling it now, there is going to be another $500 increase in price, probably by mid-February, maybe even February 1st. But definitely before March on the Model Y long range, because it seems like they are trying to, filter people down to just white with black interior, or just no options at all on a Tesla Model Y long range. But if you get a standard range, that seems to be where the best deal is at right now, because like let's say you got a 50,990 a base one with white with black interior, you take off that $7,500 tax credit, that is a Model Y for $43,490. So definitely a slick deal in my opinion, but let me know what you guys' thoughts on this. Tesla didn't, or let me know why you think Tesla did not raise the price of the Model Y all-wheel drive. This is probably part of their master plan or master strategy, sales plan, because, I certainly think with how this looks like to me, it's all pure speculation and I'm just a guy on YouTube. I certainly think that they are going to keep raising the price of the Model Y long range so that you will not be able to change any sort of features at all, and just kind of, stick with whatever you're going to get with that. But thanks for watching this video so far. We're going to jump into some of the comments and some of the questions, but it doesn't look like there's any at all. But this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description, there's a Patreon where you can support the channel. And there's a variety of benefits. We include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you schedule the call, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price. And right now on my guide, there is a credit union as low as 3% for 60 months. So definitely check that out if you're interested. And as an added benefit, I do respond to all my DMs in the Patreon app. So let's take a look at, there we go. We got some, welcome, Nikki B. Dennis, what is your best guess on timing for price decreases on standard range Model 3? I would say March is for sure. There's going to be some sort of edit to that, maybe even February, but there's actually already a hidden like hack to getting your own price decrease on a Model 3 standard range. If you go to my channel and search up option credit, there's probably no one else talking about it, but there is a way to get some sort of like, added feature or making it a little bit better for your deal. Velmar, wouldn't owning a Model 3 standard range that can fully charge to 100% be compared to a Model Y long range that can only charge to 85% be more cost efficient to get the Model 3? Yes. Model $? Yes. If you're looking for the best value, the Model 3 standard range is by far the best value right now. Like if you think about it, going from a Model 3 standard range at $43,990 to a $50,000 Model Y standard range, that's $7,000 more. Like you have to ask yourself, is it worth 20% more in payment or in dollar cost, and you're getting a 20% more car? I would say essentially yes, because it is an SUV, but it has to make sense for you at the same time. Like Tesla payments are definitely expensive, more costly than other types of cars. So you have to kind of do the math yourself and see what payments it is at the end of the day. Nikki, I have one scheduled for delivery next Friday, but nervous to accept. Yeah, it could certainly go down, but if you are, if you have, there's other concerns with buying a car, right? Do you need a car right now? Do you have financing locked in? Are you trading a car and selling a car because those vehicles are going down day by day? And are you banking on that tax credit? Because the worst case can happen is it could get pushed to past March or April, and then the tax credit completely changes after that on the EVs. Yanni, is this correct time to buy a Model 3 or do I wait? Depends if you need a car. It could be a good time if you want to take advantage of the tax credit, but if you could be patient, I could certainly see that the case made for being patient as well. Kraken. Okay, I guess like everybody's saying, should I make another video? Is it a good time to buy a Model 3? And I'll maybe list down all the different options on it. Maybe that's the next video. Let me write that idea down before. Is it a good time to buy a Model 3? Because maybe I'll put my thoughts together on it and kind of give it, a case for buying it and a case for not buying a Model 3 standard range right now. But we're going to jump into, let's see, what else we got today. Thanks for joining in, everybody. Thanks for joining on this Sunday fun day, or sorry, Saturday. Woo. Oh gosh, this Saturday stream. We're going to talk about our next topic in a second, but let's see if I got all the windows queued up. I'm trying to be like a little bit more chill on the streams and taking it slow, slow, day by day, slow by, minute by minute. That's for sure. Okay, so let's see what's my next topic here. So welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to talk about Model Y Austin versus Model Y Fremont. I see this question posted a lot on, if you're getting a Tesla Model Y and you have your VIN already, how do you tell whether it's coming from the Giga Austin factory in Austin, Texas, or the Fremont, Texas factory, Fremont, California, Giga Fremont factory, and of course Fremont, California. And also, why does this matter, right? Is it build quality? Is it features? Is it, the latest technology? Why does it actually matter? So if you're just joining in, well, that's what we're going to talk about. My name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. We stream probably 30 minutes to an hour a day now about Tesla content, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, but more on that later. And I'm going to talk about both, Giga Austin and Giga Texas, but if you have feedback on either or, I want to hear from you. If you just took delivery from a Giga Austin Model Y, or you just took delivery from a Fremont Model Y, I want to know about it, and I want to hear about your experiences down below in the comments, because, I've searched a little bit. I've asked a couple friends that took delivery of a Model Y recently, and it seems like it could be a mixed bag. So let's go into the first things first, right? So you just ordered a Model Y. It's hopefully coming this month or February, hopefully not past March, because the tax credit completely changes in March. But this is how you tell whether it's coming by your VIN. Once you get your VIN, and if you don't have a VIN, you need to get your VIN ASAP if you're banking on the tax credit. But this is how you tell from your VIN whether it's from Austin or from Fremont. If you look at from this article from getjerry.com, which is funny, this is a car insurance website, specifically on it's quote, check the 11th digit of the VIN. If it's an F, your car was built in Fremont. If it's an A, your car was built in Austin. Pretty simple, right? I mean, F for Fremont, A for Austin. Like, it doesn't get any clearer as that. And so the reasons why this might be important to you is because this is what we know, right? Fremont, California, Tesla factory has been around for a while. It's seasoned, it's proven, it turns out a lot of cars against all different models, including the Model S and the X, which are arguably, higher vehicles, or at least like higher quality vehicles. And Giga Austin in Austin, Texas is a brand new factory that just came out. It's just starting to pump out vehicles now, notably white with black interior Model Ys. And so it might not be as seasoned. It's probably going through kinks or, different things that they need to iron out in terms of build quality. But this is what I tell everybody. all Teslas have paint issues and all Teslas have build quality issues. I've purchased 4 Teslas so far, and every single one had something to do with, every single one had back to back, back to back had something wrong with it in terms of paint or quality. Like not 100% luxury. I tell people, unfortunately, Tesla is a luxury priced car, but it is not a luxury quality car. But it is, this coining this term, luxury technology. So the technology surpasses everybody, and not with just like the coolness of the technology, but like the intuitiveness of the technology, like catering to you as a driver and owner. The technology really pulls it ahead or far from other competitors out there. And so we'll run through some articles that I found. Like Inside EVs has a great article that talks about, Fremont versus the Texas Tesla Model Y. And I skimmed this a little bit, but this was also posted in July of 2022. So, I really wouldn't worry about too much of this. But the other things, what I usually hear is that, the Fremont or the Austin factory, the things that could be looking for what you'd be, or the enhancements that you'd be looking for is like newer cameras, of course, these matrix headlights that could be coming out, and also just better build quality. And it seems like a consensus, like, correct me if I'm wrong down below in the description, or down below in the comments. It seems like the consensus is that Fremont has better build quality Model Ys, and Austin it's just new, so it's getting there. There's going to be more issues, or at least the vehicles become incomplete. So that's why I 100% recommend a delivery checklist to make sure everything is good. But, also at the same time, unless it's rust or like paint is completely flaking off your Tesla, I usually go in with an open mind for sure. But this is Tesla Motors Club, a great forum for a bunch of Tesla different stuff, all Tesla vehicles. And this is the section of the forum where I really like hanging out in when I'm waiting for my Tesla order. Like you can see, there's a ton of different waiting rooms, and that's just people like exactly in your situation that have an order on the queue that have not gotten their VIN or got their VIN. And there's also people that will come back in here and will like put in like just took delivery, the car is great, all that stuff, or just took delivery, Model Y is unacceptable and build quality issues. And so let's see if we can figure out on this one which factory this came from, and it doesn't look like we can. But this is a great resource. I would say you can take a look at this, take a look at the waiting section, and just see, like, people will post their VINs. You can take a look at your VIN to see if yours is before or after the delivery date. So here's another thread on Reddit. You can see here Fremont versus Austin 2023 Model Y, and it can go either way, that's for sure. Sometimes if people say the Fremont's better, and sometimes people say the Austin is better. But you can see right here, there's a couple people that said Fremont excellent condition, Fremont much perfect, very good. Picked up a car, Fremont, great finish and build. So I mean, if you get a Fremont one, it seems like that is the best case scenario. But if you get another one, then an Austin one, then maybe it's a crapshoot. But hopefully, I certainly understand spending $50,000-$60,000 is a lot of money. But, definitely do your checks. And there is that secret rule that Tesla has. Like, once you take delivery of a Tesla, you have 3 days or 100 miles to report any sort of issues to the new car department. So take advantage of that. If you don't, by then it goes into the the warranty department of service. And that could be a different process, but everything goes through service anyways. But thanks for watching this video so far. We're going to jump into some of the comments and some of the questions. But today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description, there's a Patreon link where you can support the channel, and there's a variety of benefits, but including actually scheduling a call with me where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. So definitely check that out if you are interested. And so let's jump in to some of the comments. I'll look for it. Thanks, Eric. I'm really thinking about a Model Y. Okay, not bad. I think I want to wait till radar comes back to the Y. It's crazy there's no parking sensors at the moment. Yeah, definitely, I completely agree. It is definitely weird. Like I got lucky and I don't have a Tesla that doesn't have the parking sensors, but it would be weird. I'd be scared to hit stuff, that's for sure. Crump, what do you think of the chances that a government bumps Model Y to $80K for all seat variations. I would say if I'm a gambling man, 50-50 at this point, black or red roulette at this point. I don't see anything swaying to the other side, but Biden just did meet with, Elon just did meet with the Biden administrator or Biden officials. So maybe they talked about some things like, hey, if you open up your Tesla supercharging network, then we'll give you $80,000 price cap on the Model Y. I mean, who knows, right? Who knows what actually happened in that conversation? That's for sure. Shane, should Tesla be worried now that Lucid is getting bought out by Saudis? Apparently, I don't know. I mean, Lucid is an interesting company. That's for sure. I mean, we have some of these vehicles. I love looking at this because Lucid is what, like $160,000 car, brand new, like whatever the case may be. But on the used side, it is very ugly. We'll put it that way. Taking a look at the used for Lucid, let's just try and find the cheapest one possible. 120,000. So you go from 160, 150 maybe down to 120. That's definitely that would hurt. That would say I will put it that way. That would definitely hurt a lot. But Lucid, I love the front of the car. I don't like the back of the car. Interior, it's definitely more luxury. I mean, but a lot of things are more luxury than Tesla. I would say any other luxury brand car is arguably more luxury than a Tesla Model S or Model 3 or Model X. But it's cool. I'll give it that. Like a black version would be a sick. That's for sure. Arvin, general OBS for now, general observation for now is the base Model Y is usually coming from Austin, but color ops are color from Fremont. I got my VIN from a Model Y from Fremont. Yeah, that makes sense because there was a spy shot. We saw it the other day, like Giga Texas white Model Y C of it. I think it was this one. So it seems like it makes sense. Like if we were to think of this like logically, right? Like Giga is just slowly ramping up. They probably don't want to do too many variations of other colors. They want to make sure their process is good, efficient, can pump out white Tesla Model Ys. And so that's probably what is happening here. But there still are other colors. Maybe they're trickling it in there, here and there. But I would say, if I was in a market right now, since they just bumped the price of the Model Y long range, I don't even know what I would do at this point. Like, let's see, if I had to get a long range, I really want white interior. I've never had it before. So if you just do white, that's it. You can't do anything. You can only do white, and that is absolutely it. Still February to March, you would get it. You get the white interior, pay $1,000, and that's it. Yeah. I mean, what I would have to do is I would just have to wrap the exterior of the car a different color. So that's like another, $22,000 to $2,500 to get a color I would want. But at the end of the day, that's what I would have to do. Eric, if the Y bumps up to the 80K cap, I wonder if that gives Tesla the green light to increase the Y prices again. Yes, 100,000%. If we look at history of what Tesla did in the past, this is a price history tracker for Tesla Model Ys. You can see they are very used to bumping prices $500, $1,000 at a time, and they will do it. That's for sure. If they get the green light, because they got to make their profit too, right? At the end of the day. Sorry, I'm just adjusting this for sure. Mana, anyone take delivery of their Y yet? How long after VIN? Oh, after VIN can take anywhere from 2, 3, maybe even 4 weeks, as quick as 1 week. That's for sure. Happy Hippo, welcome. I do not think the SE network would be able to handle non-Teslas and Teslas. Look at California example. Even though I do not live there, long lines of Teslas waiting. Yeah, I was just actually thinking about this yesterday. Like, how would they actually handle it? I mean, I might make a video on that now that I think about it, but it's really just a quick way. Like, I think they should install the CCS charger on all the chargers because it only makes sense in terms of efficiency. But Tesla should be able to control the chargers, remotely, right? Like, so if they see a big influx of Teslas going to that chargers, they could just, disable the CCS function so that other cars couldn't come to it. But if they see that no one is using the supercharger network with Teslas, then they could open up more stalls for the CCS. They could, give it some flux, right? So that way, it doesn't get too busy from other Teslas. from other CCS cars. Ample was thinking about getting Model Y, got the 3, now I want a Y. All good though. No, don't worry. It's like just upgrade in. Patience is key. It's good to go from a Model 3 and then go to a Model Y. To see the benefits of it. I mean, I love experiencing different cars, and so I went from a Model 3 to a Model Y, and it made me appreciate the Model Y even more. So, don't worry about it at the end of the day. There's always another car. Like, you're not going to keep the Model 3 for the rest of your life. There's always something else at the end of the day. All right. Thanks for joining in, everybody. We're going to get into our next topic. That's for sure. Let me make sure I got my windows up. Let's see here. This one should be a quick topic, and then I might do a topic about, if I can quickly think about, is it the best time to buy a Model 3 Standard Range, or maybe I'll go eat dinner. I don't know. But welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, we are going to talk about, this is, unfortunately for California owners only, this is about the California Tax Credit, or CVRP program. There is a slight update to this. TLDR, or too long didn't read. It's not good news, but the CVRP, whatever organization that is responsible for finding it, did respond to some inquiries, and unfortunately it's still not the news we want, but we'll take a look at exactly what they said for sure. But so if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, but more on that later. All right, so let's take a look at this. Shout out to Sean Kelly at Chief Penguin 18. He basically sent an email to the CVRP board or organization or whatever, and this is the email he got back, or they got back. Thank you for your email. Vehicle manufacturers must apply for the CVRP eligibility with the California Air Resource Board, CARB, and meet the program requirements. If all program requirements are met, the vehicle is added to the list of eligible vehicles on the website. In highlighted yellow, at this time, Tesla has not applied. So unfortunately, I mean, you can see there's other qualifications under it. Like if you ordered before March 15, 2022, and you're still waiting for yours, then, you could probably still take advantage of it. But, the vehicles, the Model 3 and the Model Y, because of these recent price MSRP changes, they should qualify. But, there's something else going on that potentially could be here. Tesla has not applied yet. I mean, this could be huge for Tesla if this is an extra, it's $1, $2, maybe $4,500 as a state rebate, but there could be a reason why they're not applying, right? So there could be, the reason could be that they plan on raising the prices of, the Tesla Model Y above, the price. And so that would make it ineligible. So, there would be no reason for them to, apply for this because it would be a waste of time. And so if you take a look at SUVs and trucks for the CVRP, the retail price is $60,000. So one could potentially speculate, if Tesla hasn't applied yet, then maybe they're going to raise the price past $60,000. I mean, we're kind of reading into a lot here. And then right here for the Model 3, it's a price cap of $45,000 for sedans. And right now the price of the Model 3 Standard Range is $43,990. I mean, that's a little bit different. I certainly think that the Model 3 is going to go down in price. But, we don't know. And we can only speculate on this. That's for sure. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. I mean, basically no update just yet. I almost want to retweet this or even just at Tesla, at Tesla when, because they should have, this is more money for them to help sell more vehicles in California. And all this, there's plenty of other states that are eligible for some sort of tax credit from the state, especially New Jersey, where you don't pay any taxes at all, which is absolutely insane. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. But thanks for jumping in. Thanks for watching the stream. I'm going to give it, another 5 minutes, see if there's any last questions before we go on to anything else. But, so today, as a recap, what did we talk about today? We talked about, the Model Y Austin versus Fremont. I want to hear from you, whether if you've had an Austin or a Fremont build recently, is the Austin one better, or is it worse, or is Fremont better, or is it worst? That's for sure. And then on top of that, we talked about, how the Model Y Standard Range is probably the better deal at the moment because it did not not get a price increase of $500. It still, stayed at 50,990. But let's see if these are still here. Oh, and they're gone. So maybe or really any Model Y under $55,000 is a hot car. And just like we just saw, those couple that were under $55,000 sold ASAP. So definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Thanks for jumping in. Thanks for joining. Tomorrow I'm probably going to be on at 12 o'clock, and I think I'm going to talk about, it seems to be a lot of people asking, is it a good time to buy a Model 3 standard range? And so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the case for it and the case against it. And if you want me to talk about any sort of other topics tomorrow, let me know or drop it down in the comments. But the one thing I am going to make an updated video on is financing, because I have found 2 to 3 more credit unions that have low rates, and I am going to give it all the tips and tricks and everything. And Tenet is probably going to sponsor that video with a giveaway that probably a lot of you will like. Maybe estimated value, we'll just throw it out there, $400, $500 giveaway. So definitely hit the subscribe, because we're going to be working with Tenet to give away something really cool that I think a lot of you are going to find a lot of good use in, especially I would. So thanks for jumping in. Thanks for jumping on the stream. Thanks for watching the video. Everyone have a great night tonight, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.